Building a PC can be messy, complicated, and a whole bunch of words that mean a lot of work. The market is quickly growing too, and so it can be an intimidating hobby to get into as parts fly off the shelves quickly and top brands compete against each other for your business. With all of that in mind, today we take a look at some amazing computer parts that could be a game changer for your custom PC. First up on our list is LG UltraGear 38GN950. I was tempted to start this list off with a bit of an oddball entry, but when it comes to monitors, I would say that you go with the best pick for what you need, not what is available. The LG UltraGear does that and then some, boasting some of the best stats of any monitor out there for gaming or otherwise. There is some competition that can probably claim some of the more out there features that the LG doesn't have, but unless you need those features, and only you would know that, I would say this option is not only better, but also might help with some pressure on the old wallet along the way too. Next, Gigabyte Z590 Aorus Tachyon. The motherboard is such an important component when picking out a PC, so much so that this isn't even the only option on this list. The Gigabyte Z590 is a monster of a machine and is great for those who have overclocking issues. This type of motherboard has made a comeback in recent years, particularly when it has come to gaming, and so I felt the need to include it for those that struggle with those issues on their PCs. For the rest of us though, it may be hard to justify the high price that comes with fixing latency issues, as well as just a general apathy towards overclocking amongst the general public. This is definitely a great motherboard, but like with anything on this list, make sure that it is the right option for your specific needs before pulling the trigger. Next on the list, AMD Ryzen 5 5600X. Besides some pricing issues, the AMD Ryzen stands head and shoulders above its competition, especially when it comes to gaming. CPU is super important for that, and so if you're the type of person that likes to play games for long periods of time or stream, this is a great choice for you. This iteration of the Ryzen also comes with a stealth cooler, which isn't super necessary for everyone, but it's always nice to have, plus it saves you from having to buy a third-party one down the line if you change your mind. Let's get back to pricing though for a second. This version of the Ryzen CPU has a worse cooler than the 3600X model and is $50 more too. This isn't a huge deal, but it's something that detracts from the otherwise great price. CPU is tremendously important no matter what you're doing on your PC, and this option, if you can get your hands on it, is a home run choice. It's rare that we're able to call something can't miss, but in this case, I'm struggling to come up with any negatives besides a minor ding on the price. That's how you know this is the real deal. Next up, Asus ROG Strix B550E Gaming. The Asus ROG Strix B550E is a motherboard that, much like the AMD Ryzen 5600X, has almost no issues other than some minor pricing squabbles. The motherboard offers the user tons of options for growth down the line, something that is very important to consider when building your PC. The Asus has top-end networking capabilities with all the bells and whistles that you have gotten used to over the years, and it's just an overall solid piece of equipment. Whether you're getting into gaming or just want a powerful PC, a motherboard's going to reward you on the back end with some serious savings, and it doesn't hurt that this model is made with expert craftsmanship, and upon testing, I have almost no complaints, although for a premium price, that is what should be expected for a motherboard like this. All in all, this is a great option for no matter what you plan on doing with your PC. Now we have the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. Full disclosure, I toiled for quite a while on what kind of GPU to recommend, especially as I figured most of the people watching this video would be relatively new to the PC building world. Cards on the table, getting a 3060 Ti new is basically impossible at the moment, and the near future is looking murky at best. With this graphics card, you'll be able to experience a leap in quality that is downright scary to some right now, and dumbfounding to others. You'll be able to play games in the way that they were designed to play, with smoother frame rates and even an ability to hit 4K at 60 frames per second, depending on what your settings are. NVIDIA has a great relationship to both designers and especially to the gaming community, and so if that connection means anything to you, then I would keep my eyes peeled for this GPU to restock once again. Just maybe don't get your hopes up about landing one of these bad boys. Another for our list, the Corsair Vengeance LPX 16GB DDR4 3200. RAM is your memory, and so you're going to want to make sure not to skimp on finding a good memory unit or risk having to delete plenty of files from your PC at a steady clip. That's why we proudly present to you the Corsair Vengeance LPX DDR4 3200, which is a mouthful and also the best value for RAM that you're going to find on the market. Memory's pretty straightforward these days, and so the cost to buy them has never been lower. Tons of competitors flood the market, but this RAM unit's both serviceable to great in comparison, but at a price that won't make your eyes pop out of your head. Up next, the WD Black 1TB. This isn't and shouldn't be your primary source of storage, but that market, much like RAM, is mostly cut and dry and not really worth chiming in on. The WD Black shouldn't be your primary storage option, but for those of us that need additional storage, like most people under the age of 45, probably need more than just one storage option, especially if we want to play games on this PC. This HDD will come in handy countless times and is super easy to get working. Out of all the parts listed so far, this one is the one that is least necessary to get you your dream PC, but it's still a good buy that should strongly be considered now rather than later. External hard drives and HDDs are one of those you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it type of deals, and so I would just add it to the cart instead of going back and forth over it personally. But to each their own. Another one to mention is the Corsair TX650M 650 watt. Look, nobody's going to compliment you on how sick your PSU is, but nonetheless, power supply is a pivotal component of your PC, and you shouldn't make your choice without looking at all the options first, even if they all kind of look the same. PSU isn't a flashy part of the PC and doesn't have any lights or a flashy name, but even still, we recommend the Corsair TX650M wholeheartedly. This unit is reliable, and that is the name of the game here. It also comes in at a competitive price and has warranty options of greater than 5 years, a great sign for this kind of part. While you could save 10 or 20 bucks in the short term going a different route, I strongly suggest you pay the extra bit more so that you won't end up paying a lot more down the line. Just a tip. Last on our list is the NZXT H510. Now, this is sort of the opposite kind of deal than with the Corsair, since the case is mostly about looks. This is my pick simply because I think that it looks good in either black or white, and that makes it extremely versatile, but this one is mostly your call, as it's just a cosmetic thing at the end of the day. The NZXT H510 doesn't look like a gaming case, even though technically it could be called one, and that is also a bonus for those of us who want our PC to blend in when it's on our desk and not look like it came straight out of a streamer's basement. The case isn't super important, but in a way it ties together all your pieces into a single device. This is like the signature at the bottom of a painting. It's not the biggest deal in the world to you now, but even if it's small, you're going to have to look at it all the time, so might as well like what you see, right? And that's about all for our video today. We hope we were able to help you out a bit as you start your journey of building a custom PC, and if you guys have any other recommendations for some parts to keep an eye on, leave a comment down below and let everyone know. Don't keep it a secret. If you like this video, don't be shy. Leave a like as it helps us out a ton, and also subscribe for more videos just like this one. Bye guys.